Now, when you make mistakes, you're supposed to learn from them, aren't you? Hey everyone, I'm Mike and welcome back to the channel. And today, guys, for this video, I wanted to share with you one of the huge mistakes I made when getting into backpacking and stealth camping. It does tie a little bit to camping, but it affected those two more than anything else. I'm going to take you along my journey and give you the summation at the end of what I should have done to fix that. And this mistake I made ties to my entire sleep system. Now, when I first got involved in backpacking, it turned into stealth camping for me. I wanted to find out if that's what I wanted to do instead of just camping at a campsite. So I did all the research I could. Got a decent tent. It was about a $25 tent, but I knew it was fair weather I was going to be camping in. I got a decent sleeping bag. It was a mid-range 50-degree sleeping bag because I knew the temperatures I was going to be camping in was going to be about 50 or 60 degrees, and that would be just great. But the sleep system is where I experimented a lot with. And the first thing I did is I went out and I camped and slept with an inflatable air pole mattress. You heard me right. I camped with one of these. I don't have the original anymore. I think you can guess why, because it leaked not too soon after that, and I ended up throwing it away anyway. But it was a lesson learned. Once that sleeping pad, I'm going to call it a sleeping pad, that's what I used it for. Once that sleeping pad leaked, I thought, you know what? I like the air system because I hadn't ventured into the cold yet. So I'm going to try something that you blow up. But guess what? I kept focusing on trying to make it as light as I could. I don't know why I got obsessed with that. Probably because I watched a lot of videos on YouTube. And these people who were giving their videos up on YouTube were giving great information. But what I was doing is I wasn't digesting it right. I wasn't hiking on the AT or going 30 or 40 or 50 miles a day where sometimes ounces do matter. I was going stealth camping on weekend trips or overnighters. So I moved up and I got this. This was the next thing I purchased. It's the Inertia XL. I don't even know if this product is still being made. Here's what it looks like. And you can see, again, it was an air system, but all I was concentrating on was weight again. Oh, that thing haunted me for a long time. The weight monkey on my back. My wife and I backpacked with these. She has her own one. And then it wasn't working either. So I thought, I keep having trouble sleeping. And then we were starting to get into cooler weather. And I knew I had to have some insulation on my sleeping pad. So I started to look into what I wanted to do next. And that's when I went to the self-inflating sleeping pad. My first sleeping pad that was self-inflating was a Thermarest. And that was just like this one. I know you've seen it on the channel already. I'll put up the product I had right here. Then I thought, you know what? I'm still not sleeping well. I'm not sure what the problem is. And I moved up to Big Agnes's Double Z. Now, the Big Agnes Double Z is a pad that Big Agnes does no longer make. Mine failed not too long ago. I put a video up on. Please go check it out because Big Agnes did something great for me when that one failed. I liked the pad. It offered 4 inches of cushion. It was a very durable pad. It lasted me for years. I was going through these systems trying to figure out what on this earth was wrong with me and why I could not sleep as good as I could at home. But I wanted to get this fixed. Now, the next pad I got to, which taught me a lot of lessons, was the Big Agnes Insulated Air Core. Here's an image of what it looks like right here. Now, after using an insulated pad with thickness and comfort, because the Big Agnes was 2.5 inches thick, I started to pay attention that my arms were falling asleep. Again, I kept going to weight. I kept going, well, I don't know why my arms are falling asleep when I'm camping because I don't do it at home. I wasn't doing what I should have been doing from the get-go. And that is taking an honest, hard look at my body type and my figure to figure out what I needed to sleep comfortably when I'm out camping or backpacking. That is why I'm happy to put this video up. That is what I should have did from the get-go, and I want everyone out there to do, especially if you're a novice or getting into the outdoors and you want to go venture further out and you want to go backpack and get away from that campsite. Although at camping, you can take everything with you you want, especially if you have a campsite where you can park close to you or you have a pull-up campsite. Man, those are great. I love those myself. But on those type of camps and those types of overnighters, you can take extra stuff with you to get comfortable. But when you go backpacking, you can't do that. So you need to take an honest assessment of your body type and what you need to sleep comfortable. I make sure that the number one thing I do when I'm out camping is sleep comfortably. I have to sleep good. If I don't sleep good, the trip is not fun. I'm not in a good mood. And also sleep deprivation could lead to some bad decision making, especially if you're out in the backcountry, and no one wants that. So I realized that number one, I needed to get off the weight. I think I'm average size for the average American, but I am a little bit more muscular than average male for my size just because of my history of bodybuilding. And because of that, I needed to pay attention to my proportions that addressed the thickness of the pads I'd be sleeping on because I'm a side sleeper. That means my hips, and especially my shoulders, are going to dig deeper in the pad. That's why the pads earlier in my outdoor career failed me so miserably and I slept so bad because they just weren't thick enough. The other thing that failed me is I didn't pay attention to the width of the pads I was grabbing. I was watching videos online and paying attention to some people were grabbing pads that were just 20 inches wide. Now 20 inches wide for me, guys, as you can see, is only about this. My shoulders kept hanging off. I didn't realize that because I became more of a prevalent back sleeper as I've gotten older. And when I sleep on my back, my arms fall to the side, and guess what? My arms fell asleep. This made a lot of miserable nights for me camping. I need to have my whole body supported because I literally finally sat down and assessed what is wrong with my physique that I can't sleep good. And when I addressed those issues that I needed a wider pad and I needed a thicker pad, no matter what the weight, that's when my great nights of sleeping in the outdoors took off. And I have had a great time sleeping every time I'm out in the outdoors, no matter what, unless something pops up or some surprise happens in the middle of the night. So that is what I wanted to convey to everyone watching this video. When you're getting out in the outdoors, don't make the mistake I did. I'm not literally sitting down and paying attention to my physique. All I did was paying attention to other people and what they were purchasing. If you have any physical limitations that might keep you from veering toward or steering away from certain paths, sit down and be honest with yourself. It will make your time out in the outdoors so much more fun, so much more enjoyable. Just don't do what I did. I only found a great pad that I love. The Big Agnes Hinman is my go-to pad. I love this pad. I'm so glad I come across it. I hope Big Agnes hasn't stopped making it, but I will try out larger pads just like this for anyone who's going the journey I have. And I want everybody to learn from my mistakes. Hopefully you don't go through them as well. And hopefully your route is a straight route from starting to comfort and not the zigzag path that mine was. So as always, my friends, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you know anyone is getting into the outdoors, camping, backpacking, please make sure they see this video before they start buying their sleep system or their sleeping gear. Let them know there are good ways to do it and bad ways to do it, and let's let them have a good night's sleep when they're out camping. I'll talk to you all again later. Bye for now.